Alright, on the head end as well, up here by the pouches, you'll find a handle here. That handle works really well if you need to pull yourself back up to the head end. Typically what you want to do is you want to have the head end lower than the foot end because your body weight's going to shove you down into the middle of the hammock. So putting the head end lower than the foot end will keep that from happening. Alright, as I said earlier, I was going to show you how this is rigged up. Remember, this is the head end of it. It's got two little rings here. The bungee cord goes up to another clip, and then it's got a foot long or so piece of line tied to another clip, and it's clipped to the hammock itself. Okay, once you've done that, then the outside is clipped to the grommet and goes up to the tree. View earlier, I showed you this when I was sitting in the hammock. The ring here is clipped to the tarp itself, then it comes up to this grommet and this bungee cord on the outside. These are the bungee cords that I keep telling everybody to watch out for when you sit down in them, because if you don't have them set right, they're made to break that way that you don't tear up the system itself, the hammock and the tarp. So they're made to break. But make sure that when you sit down slowly, and you watch and see how much play you have in these when you're sitting down. If they feel tight, come up and make your adjustments on the outside. Okay, I'm gonna stow this down here on the other end so that people have an understanding of how this works. You take this bundle here and go into that pouch that I was talking about earlier. And then the same thing on the other side, although you won't be able to see it. It's the same thing on the other side. And it stows up here as well. And then that way, through the night, if you need it, you can just unfurl it. But if you look through the bug net, you can see the bug net here. You look through the bug net, it's pretty concealing from the outside and not so concealing from the inside. Now, granted, this hammock doesn't have a pad in it. It doesn't have a sleeping bag in it. If you put the pad in, it's going to get wider. The sleeping bag is going to make it wider as well, so it will fold out. This is the largest hammock that Clark is making right now. They are going to make it in several different models. I don't know if they've released the models yet, but they are going to make them longer and wider for the more bigger folks. On the corner of this tab, it shows you how to tie a bowline. If you've ever forget it, right here you can tie a bowline. It shows you. But there's Velcro tabs all the way across the end of this tarp, 3 of them. Those are made on both sides. They're made to make this into a cocoon if it gets bad weather. Alright, these are the pouches that are in here. That, like I said, there's 6 of them. You can go all the way down in the inside of it, and it stops in the middle of the hammock. Go to the other side, same position, and you'll have another one. There's one there. There's one here. They're all Velcroed up. Those pouches are made to, and this is the one that's got the main bag in it. These pouches are made to store your stuff in it. Some claim that it holds heat in it. Some claim that putting material under here, like your clothes out of your pack, will help you stay warmer. I use them to store all my gear out of my pack, and then I throw the pack inside with me if it's going to be inclement weather. Otherwise, I just carabiner them off to my straps up on the tree. I keep the stuff that I really need closer to me, my water bottle on one side and my cooking stuff on that same side, my pee bottle on one side, because I don't like to get out of the hammock to go pee, so I use a pee bottle, clothes, and so on down the line. Alright, that's a Clark NX-200 all zipped up and sealed up, bug net and the bug shield. I'm going to set it, I'm going to take a minute here and then turn the camera off and set this thing up in a lower slung version of this, and then I'll do it again to show it in the cocoon fashion. Okay, that's with it at a little steeper pitch for rain and such. It gets nice and tight. We'll go inside and look through the center of it so you can see how much room you have. All right, I have this all closed up, and I'm not going to get in it because I'll be putting it away here shortly. But you still have quite a bit of room in here. If you're sitting in this hammock like I was earlier, you'd still be able to cook here and put your shoes on, change your clothes. You know, I'm sloped over a little bit, but if it's pouring down rain, I can change my clothes in here. It's not that big of an issue. But if you're actually sitting in the hammock as a chair, you've got quite a bit of room. The hammock's going to pull down a little bit and will allow you a little bit more headroom in here. But that's in a low slope angle on both sides for bad weather. Now then, I'll stop the camera and I'll show you the cocoon fashion of this, and then you'll have an idea how this thing works. All right, Velcro again on this end. Velcro's up, and if you go along here, there is no Velcro on this side of the tarp. They're only on the ends. But now it's in a cocoon fashion. I'll go down to the other end and show you the Velcro and how they go in as well. Velcro here, and Velcro down here. Now this thing is completely flat. If you can get an angle here, you can see how flat that is. With the exception of your body in there, it's pretty flat. Okay, now you have the tarp itself, the weather shield, and the bug net. If you're in bad weather, and I have been in real bad rainstorms in this and high winds, the idea behind this is that it seals up completely and you don't get any rain, and you can wait out a good storm in it. You can sleep through the night if you got snow or rain, or blowing snow or blowing rain. You can wait out the storm through this in this fashion. It's in a cocoon fashion. Remember how I told you that I tied a slippery knot, a slippery bowline in here? Here's the tag end of this. This rope gets better as you use it. Some people don't believe that, but it really will get better with it the more you use it. But anyhow, here's a slippery bowline. All you got to do is pull it and it's out. This is how I tie a bowline. There's several different ways. You've heard the old story. The rabbit goes in the hole, or goes through the hole around the tree and back up through the hole. Here's that. And back up through the hole, and then you pull it tight. That's bowline. Okay. The way I tie it is I make a loop. The loop folds over itself. Then I reach through the loop and grab part of that other part of the rope. Stick the rope through it. Now I have the tag end here and the knot over here. As I turn this loose, I roll this up over the top, and there's your bowline. Okay. All you're doing is letting loose of this hand, the right hand, and tightening up with the left hand. I'll do it again real quick. You guys can practice this at home. Make a loop, fold it over, run the line, make the loop, run it, pick it through it like this. So now you have this, stick the line through it, tag ends here. Then as I tighten with my left hand, I loosen with my right, and that allows it to fold over. And there's your bowline. Now that's a real crude, simple way to do that. It's not a slippery bowline. If you apply pressure to it, you'll have to break it loose, and that's not hard to do. That's the one nice thing about a bowline knot, is they're easy to get undone. But just making a simple bowline. Straps save the trees. They don't tear down the trees. It makes it easier. They cinch up tight, and there's all kinds of different versions out there that you can do. You can use these slap straps, which are nylon, so they will stretch. You want polypro or some type of strap like that. A lot of folks are using ratchet straps now. But anyhow, I like these slap straps. Are really handy. You can make them yourself out of polypro as well if you look at it. But they save the trees. All right, well that's it from Cave Diver 2. The Clark NX-200 sets up the same way as the Clark North American. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me on the forum, on both forums. Thanks.